Have you ever wondered why we trust people? Not family or friends, but the man who lives 3 doors down. The one who waves when you take out the trash. We assume that evil looks like evil. We expect horns, or a scar, or a sinister laugh. But what if I told you the most dangerous predators in history didn't look like monsters? They looked like us. 12 people vanished, all traced to a single house on a quiet street. And for 20 years, nobody noticed. Today, we are dissecting the terrifying psychology of the perfect neighbor to understand how our brains trick us into seeing safety where there is only death. It starts with a bias called the halo effect. One positive trait, like a friendly smile, makes us assume everything else about a person is good. He wasn't a recluse. He was aggressively normal, creating a psychological shield. A scream from his house? Your brain dismisses it. That's the power of his facade.
Think about the person living directly to your left. Pause. Now, the one to your right. You know their car. You know what time they leave for work. You might even know their dog's name. But do you know what they do when the blinds are drawn? Leans in slightly. Voice drops. Do you really? We like to believe that evil looks like evil. We want the monsters to have horns, or at least a menacing stare, a scar, a stutter, something, because if evil looks like a monster, we're safe. We can see it coming. But what happens when the monster brings you fresh vegetables from his garden every Sunday? What happens when the monster is the one who helps you jumpstart your car in the freezing rain? Pauses, rubs chin thoughtfully. Today, we aren't just telling a ghost story. We are dissecting a glitch in the human operating system. We are going to look at a man who hid 12 victims, literally under the floorboards and in the garden, for 20 years. And nobody, not the police, not his wife, and certainly not the neighbors suspected a thing. Welcome to the psychology of the perfect neighbor. To understand how this happened, you have to understand the halo effect. It is a cognitive bias where our impression of a person in one area influences our opinion of them in another. If someone is well-groomed, polite, and punctual, our brains automatically fill in the blanks. They must also be kind, honest, and harmless. He, let's call him the neighbor for now, was a master of the halo effect. He didn't hide in the shadows. He hid in the light. He joined the community board. He hosted the 4th of July barbecues. Smirks ironically. He was the guy you'd call if you heard a strange noise at night. Think about the irony of that. The person you call for safety is the source of the danger. For 20 years, 12 people vanished. Now statistically, how is that possible without a slip-up? Here is where it gets uncomfortable. He relied on confirmation bias. When the neighbors heard digging at 2 a.m., they didn't think body disposal. They thought, wow, he worked so hard on his landscaping, even at night. When there was a smell, oh, he must be trying a new fertilizer. We rationalize away the red flags because the alternative, that we are living next to a predator, is too psychologically damaging to accept. We choose comfort over vigilance. Let's talk about the victims for a second. He didn't pick them at random. He was a process predator. He selected people who were already on the margins. Runaways, hitchhikers, people society had already decided to look away from. He knew that if he took the mayor's daughter, the spotlight would burn him. But if he took the drifter? Shrugs. The silence is his shield. And inside the house? That's where the split reality existed. This is what we call compartmentalization. It's a defense mechanism usually used by soldiers or surgeons to deal with trauma. But in the mind of a psychopath, it allows them to step over a body in the basement, walk upstairs, wash their hands, and genuinely enjoy a roast dinner with their family. It's not that they are faking the dinner. In that moment, the dinner is real. The body doesn't exist. There was a moment around year 15 where a neighbor actually saw him walking into the woods with a shovel and a large sack. The neighbor waved. He waved back. The neighbor later said, "I just thought he was dumping yard waste." That wave, that simple social gesture, that was the lock on the door. Because monsters don't wave, right? When the police finally came, it wasn't because of brilliant detective work. It was a parking ticket, a mundane administrative error that allowed a glimpse behind the curtain. And when they opened the floorboards, when they dug up the prize-winning hydrangeas, the neighbors didn't scream. They didn't cry. They just stood there in silence. The psychological term for this is cognitive dissonance, the mental stress of holding two contradictory beliefs. He is my friend and he is a butcher. Their brains couldn't reconcile it. So, why am I telling you this? Is it to make you paranoid? No, it's to wake you up. We rely on heuristics, mental shortcuts to judge character. We trust the smile. We trust the suit. We trust the tenure. But the most dangerous camouflage isn't invisibility. It's normalcy. The next time you see your neighbor and you exchange that polite little nod, ask yourself, what is that nod hiding? Is it just social anxiety? Is it a bad day? Or is it a secret that would freeze the blood in your veins? Trust your gut, not the social contract.